Hello, Panther families. Michael Byrd, Deputy Superintendent of Cabot Public Schools, here with additional back-to-school information. Each spring, our board considers district policies for the upcoming school year. To finalize policy recommendations, our district utilized staff, student, and parent feedback and considered existing policies and procedures in other districts. It was suggested at one of our parent meetings this past spring that we share a video highlighting significant student handbook changes. I want to take this opportunity to bring attention to changes in our dress code, attendance, and cell phone policies. Last year, Superintendent Dr. Tony Thurman and myself met with student advisory groups on all of our 5th through 12th grade campuses regarding our dress code. We also researched dress code policies in other schools, and parents assisted us with recommendations for changes in our policy. Concerns range from length of shorts, holes in jeans, to the covering of arms. We have addressed concerns, and we ask that you review the policy beginning on page 43 of the student handbook. We know that when it comes to managing dress code, we are never going to make everyone happy. We did our best to accommodate as many of the suggestions as possible. We also want to clarify to parents that students are not assigned discipline for dress code violations. While we're going to be reasonable, we do expect students to be in compliance. If a student refuses to be in compliance with dress code policy, that becomes an issue of insubordination, and appropriate consequences will follow. Based on feedback, our student attendance policy has been revised. Students are now allowed 8 absences per semester rather than the 7 absences in recent years. I need to clarify the terminology that is used in coding absences. Nobody likes the word unexcused, but we are required to clarify in policy an excused and unexcused absence. On page 32 of the student handbook, there is a list of reasons for absences that are considered excused. Excused absences are not charged against the 8 allowable number of absences. Any absence that is not referenced on the list of excused absences is considered unexcused and counts towards the 8-day limit on absences. Please remember that regardless of an absence being excused or unexcused, students are still allowed and expected to complete all makeup assignments. In other words, students have the same opportunity to complete assignments whether it be coded an excused or unexcused absence. If you anticipate your student possibly exceeding the 8 allowable days per semester, we encourage you to contact the administrator in advance. It's not our intent to cause frustration, but we do expect students to be in school. The proper use of cell phones by students is a challenge faced by school districts everywhere. First of all, we are not banning cell phones. However, we want to make it clear that with cell phones at school comes a responsibility and accountability for students. Our cell phone policy can be found on pages 49 and 50 of the student handbook. If you have a student that will be bringing a cell phone to school, we highly encourage you to read this section together. The policy has been revised with specific examples of inappropriate actions to make it very clear that there is accountability on the part of the student and significant consequences for the violation of the policy. Our student handbook can be found on our district website under the Students, Parents, and Staff tabs. We've also emailed the handbook links to parents and guardians since it will be necessary to acknowledge that it has been reviewed in advance of school opening. If you have any questions or concerns, do not hesitate to contact myself, Dr. Thurman, or the administrators at your child's school. Go Panthers!